Hi guys, welcome to your final exam week. I want to explain to you sort of how your final exam is going to work. I have decided to make some changes, not only structurally to the questions that I will be asking you, but to its organization as well. Instead of giving you one giant 3-hour exam, what I've done is I've broken the exam up into its component parts. There are a total of 4 parts, and each part is made up of a different number of questions. Some parts have more questions, and so you will have more time. Other parts have less questions, and thus you will have less time. Collectively, the test is still 3 hours long. If you were to add up each time frame for each of the parts, you would note that it adds up to 3 hours, and all the questions are still worth 2.5 points, and thus the test is still worth 200 points total. But what you're able to do is you're able to take this test in segments instead of sitting down in one 3-hour chunk. And so you can do the portion of the exam that you feel most comfortable with first or last, however you want to do that. Again, each part deals with different subjects. For example, part 1 deals with Jacksonianism, Andrew Jackson, Manifest Destiny, while part 2 deals with industrialization, antebellum reform. Part 3 deals with the causes of the Civil War. It deals with slavery and Dred Scott decision, among other things. And then the final part is on the war itself and Reconstruction. And of course, they are all due by Thursday at 12 midnight, which I believe is May 14th. So you have to have each part completed by the same due date. Again, it's the same amount of time that you're going to have whether you took it in one 3-hour chunk or whether or not you took it within its various parts. And of course it's still worth 200 points, as I said. But you can now choose and select which one of those sections you'd like to take and when you'd like to take it. The way that I divided the time up was I took the total number of questions you have, which is 80, and I divided that into 3 hours, which gives you a little less than 2.5 minutes per question. So if you took 2.25 minutes per question, that would be exactly 3 hours, which is what I've done to break it up for you in that way. So hopefully this works out. It's the first time I'm trying this. Definitely feedback, whether or not you liked it, disliked it. That would be great, just so I know if this is something that I should try again or whether or not it's something I should scrap. I hope you do well on this test, and I hope that by breaking it up like this, it actually helps you, and also changing many of the questions that I felt were a bit antiquated or outdated, and updating the questions as well, I think will also be helpful. So again, best of luck, and if you have any concerns, let me know. Although I do want to make one point, and it's a very important point. I don't accept late tests for any reason. I mean, you'd have to have some very significant reason for me to accept a late test. One of the things that happens all the time, and I mentioned this with the midterm, is that students will take an exam late towards the due date. You know, you'll start Thursday at 10 o'clock instead of earlier on, and what happens is you have some sort of technological malfunction. The computer shuts down, the internet goes off. I don't know what the whole host of variables could be. But if that happens to you, I will not accept a test late for technological issues. So make sure that you get all 4 of these parts taken on time, and that you give yourself enough time so that if you do encounter a technological issue, we can deal with it earlier in the week. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So, all right, guys. Again, questions and concerns, email me. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure. I wish you the best of luck and have a fantastic summer. Bye-bye.